Good morning, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kevin Altman, and it's my privilege today to talk a little bit about stewardship and what it means in my life and the life of my family. If you'll bear with me, I'm not normally a reader, but I put some words on paper, and I like the way it reads, so I'm going to kind of read this to you, if you'll bear with me. When Debbie and I were first married, we were, in a real sense, living paycheck to paycheck. I was a major in the United States Air Force, but was not far removed from a 16-month-long custody divorce battle, which cost me over $100,000 to wage. Good news was that I had started saving and investing early in my career. The bad news was that this battle took almost everything I had in a losing effort. When it was all said and done, my kids were gone, my money was gone, and oh, yeah, so was about $750 a month for child support. One thing I did retain, my house in San Antonio. Ever been there? The ground is clay, and it shifts. And the house, after renting it for 2 years, began to move and crack and look like an earthquake had hit it. It took $44,000 to repair the house to put on the market. And, oh yes, since I had no savings left, the only way I could afford to pay that bill was to take out 2 large credit cards. Not a good way to pay a big bill. Once repaired, I barely got what I had paid for the house when I sold it, and now I had a $44,000 credit card bill to pay down. As icing on the cake, the kindly judge in the case, the divorce case, the custody case, allowed me about 4 visits a year with my kids, and minus $500 annually, the cost of all those flights, and it was 4 flights every time because they were little kids, was on me. Or should I say the cost was on us. It was hardly fair for Debbie, but we lived on a shoestring due to my past financial disasters. After 10 months of school in Alabama, we settled in Miami for a 3-year assignment. We rented a home, and we found a church. Once we joined the church, the inevitable stewardship campaign came up. One Sunday afternoon, Debbie asked me how much we were going to pledge. I was stunned. Pledge? She was being creative with inexpensive food. She hadn't bought new clothes for herself for a year, and she wanted to pledge? My sinful, selfish instincts kicked in. There is no way we can afford to do that now, I told her. She simply answered that she believed it was the right thing to do to at least tithe, give back our first fruits, but she didn't belabor the point. She knew she was right, but that I had to come to where she was spiritually. She never nagged, but in a few days she broached the topic again. Still, I was incredulous. There is no way we can afford that, I argued. Again, she listened, and she let it go. This pattern continued until I just couldn't deny that she was right. When Commitment Sunday came, we pledged 10% of our income, even though we were living on about 50% already. I had no idea how we were going to honor that pledge, keep a roof over our heads, put gas in our cars, and eat. But with the wisdom of my perfect helper, we stepped out in faith. So what happened? Absolutely nothing. And absolutely everything. Somehow, and to this day, I can't explain it. Somehow we managed. Not only did we manage, we actually began to dig out and thrive. It didn't happen overnight. It took us years to pay off the debt and even break even. But somehow, we never went without. Funny, a vehicle would break, we'd pay to repair it, but there was enough left at the end of the month for groceries and the rent. I work on the finances in our family. I know, maybe not such a good idea given what you've heard today. And frankly, doing the math, it never should have worked. But we still flew my kids to be with us. We lived in nice homes as we PCS'd around the country. We ate, and not just beans and rice, although Deb got good at that. We clothed ourselves, and we even started a family. The money never ran out. I can't explain it. I only know that God is a promise keeper. When you honor him with your best, he gives you his. The Altmans are proof of that. Thanks for your time.